Ashok, hi, morning. Great to have you on ET now. Tell us a little bit more about these latest orders that you've bagged from the Defence Ministry. Tank crew gunnery simulators, upgrades of anti-drone systems. What's the gestation period like and the deliverables?
So yeah, we got order for the anti-drone simulators, anti-drone systems, and they were one was an upgrade for to after the feedback of the recent crisis, government wanted our simulators to our systems to be upgraded. So we were able to take all the learnings that we had, and we are trying to make the system absolutely world class. That's the benefit when a company is IP owned in India, it creates the complete IP in India. Any upgradation can be done in a very, very fast cycle. I think that's government is really leveraging the relationship with us and upgraded the existing drone system. And another drone order that we got is for the hard kill system. Now what is happening is these drones that are coming in are autonomous. So government is looking to have a hard kill option of bringing them down if they cannot be blocked through soft kill means. So that is the second thing. And the third thing, the simulator orders have also started trickling in, and this was for a tank simulator, and again, we have been this. I think this is just the beginning of a large scaling effort that has been initiated in 21 through the simulation framework, where the government mandated the use of simulators across all the armed forces. Now that thing has started coming in. I think by March we should have a healthy order book for simulators also.
Ashok, is this order part of the emergency order book which was announced by the government, or is it's a new one?
This is a new one. This is not connected to the EP. Yeah.
And how are you looking at the order book for the full year? Because you entered Q2 with the order book of nearly 675 crores odd. What is the kind of target that you have for the full year order book?
So currently we have about 1,050 crores, around 1,050 crores worth of order book at this point in time. We expect, my predictions have been pretty off the mark, so I'll not make it, but it should be. We expect large orders to come by March 31st, and we expect that this should be the highest order book position ever in ZEN's history by March end. Yeah.
If you look at Q2 numbers, they were little off, right? I mean, it was a muted quarter for you with top line and a fall of 28%. Do you think that by the end of full year, you will be projecting a growth on a year-to-year basis?
So we are not able to really pinpoint what will be the exact figure, but as I have stated, this year is going to be pretty muted for us. But we'll try to make up the gap, whatever is the shortfall in the next 2 years. I think next 2 years are going to be very, very big. In fact, I would say next 3 years are going to be very, very big for if you look at the ground reality of what is happening.
And if you look at how you've been investing in some of the new technologies, what is the kind of investments that you're doing? Because you're looking at investment into land systems as well. So where is that investment at this point in time?
So, initially we were from 93 to 2018, we were just focused on one thing. Bruce Lee famously says, I don't, worry about a guy who practices 10,000 kicks, different kicks, but I do worry about a guy who practices one kick 10,000 times. So, our one kick has been that, land system simulators till 25 years. And even at the cost of sounding immodest, we are number one in the world by far. I mean, very, very ahead of everybody in land simulators. But now we have got into anti-drone simulators, and we are trying to get the same position, number one position in that too. And in addition, we have been acquiring companies. One company that we have acquired is for the hard kill called AI Turing. One is into the drone technologies, two companies in fact. One is Vector Techniques and the other is TISA. And we have got a very, very fantastic acquisition in terms of naval simulation called ARI. So we are already in a big way into land. Now we got into naval. Now we're looking to get into Air Force. Air Force, we have started looking at our own internal capability, but we're looking at additional acquisitions also. This should complete the complete suite of the tri-services. And then, of course, we want to get into the anti-drone. We are investing. Again, UTS is the company that does the actual bulk of the anti-drone, ADS work, and they have helped us get all the orders in ADS till now. So we are still looking to acquire companies. We have raised some money. That money is being spent as we speak. And I think it's a very exciting time. I have never been so excited in the last 32 years of the company's existence. The way things are going at the ground level, the government is very keen to encourage indigenously designed, developed, and manufactured items rather than that just the TOT and manufactured items. A lot of people are setting up large factories for foreign companies here, but that's not what government prefers. Because what happens is we have seen the heart and soul of any company, anything is the software. If you are getting the software and just manufacturing the hardware here, there is a high chance that during war your equipment will fail. And we have seen that. We've seen, even forget about the software, even the hardware like pages were blasted. We have seen Stuxnet. We are seeing so much of drones failing with the Chinese component. So we can't afford to have IP that doesn't belong to us, and that's where ZEN stands out. It's an IP play more than a manufacturing play. So I think I think we are very excited about the thing, and we think extraordinary growth is ahead for all most of the defense companies where IP ownership is there.
That's quite interesting perspective, Ashok, that you just gave us. But, given that it's, like you said, the fight is about IPs, I'm sure a lot of, other countries and global companies also would be vying for a piece of the Indian defense pie. Given that so far domestic orders form majority of your order book, tell me what's the export strategy like?
So in the sense that, if foreign companies want to come to India, they will have to Indianize the IP also. They will have to share with the Indian company. And then, Indians can collaborate and make it to the next level. So that is as far as in terms of exports, we are getting such healthy inquiries from various organizations, but, they are a little slow. But we think that, but the ticket size is reasonably large, much larger than what the order sizes we are getting here. And, and they are very scalable. Once they buy it from us, we'll scale. And, one of the best things that happened to us with the acquisition of ARI is they were in markets that we were not able to penetrate for 33 years. Like they were deeply embedded in Taiwan, they're deeply embedded in Japan. So, with this new acquisition, what has happened is that we can actually go to these countries, and we have started giving our ZEN simulators, firearm simulators, and other existing simulators. So the new markets are opening up, and there is tremendous amount of interest in our products. Again, the question is how much of these inquiries will inquiries will convert into orders. So that is the thing that we are looking forward. But I think by March of this 26, we should have a better picture of what orders we have in hand. And if there is a surprise, maybe that we may have something before that.
What about sustainability of revenues, Ashok? Because investors would like to have good sustainable revenue growth year after year. So what are you doing to ensure that your order books are going up, but also revenues are growing at a sustainable rate?
You're right. As you know, as an investor, I would are these earnings or sustainable earnings? That do they have the earning power? So the way ZEN is, in the sense that one thing is that all the products that we have developed are completely IP owned by us. And what most of the time when we try to develop a new product, it is just taking about 70 or 60 to 80% of the old stuff and adding something new, and we create a new simulator. And when we're getting into the other products, so the products that we are in, the simulators and anti-drone systems. So, if you go just 6 years back, nobody was talking about wars. Then Armenia, Azerbaijan happened. Then Ukraine, Russia happened. Now, I believe there are 19 small type wars going on. And, we never imagined that Thailand and Cambodia would be fighting, but they are. So, so the threat of war has become very, very big. And the casual attitude is, the war is never going to come to me. Now everybody, door is getting knocked, and they want to get prepared. So simulators have suddenly become very, very key worldwide. So I think it's a place, we think personally that it's an inflection point of simulator, not only in India, but worldwide. So, Indian government actually was very foresighted when they, in 21 itself, they mandated through simulation framework that all the training will transform into simulator training. But other countries are catching up with India's, the forward thinking. And of course, I don't want to pitch about anti-drone system. Drones are becoming threats, and they're evolving very fast. And Indian government will perforce have to buy from Indian companies that own the IP and can actually, take it to the next level. Whenever there is a evolving threat evolves, can you upgrade your system? Yes, we can. Yeah.
Sure. And lastly, Mr. Atluri, before we let you go, talk to us about that acquisition that you were talking to us about earlier, the Anawave Services acquisition that you've announced. Just talk to us about what the visibility is in terms of any revenue synergies from this acquisition.
So, the Anawave has two great simulators that were the naval simulator. One is the ASTT, the tactical trainer, and the second is the submarine simulator. Now, these capabilities were not present with us. And so, when we acquired that, it was a very, very attractive acquisition. And of course, the promoter of that company, Commodore Aluwalia, is another absolute genius, and, to have him as, I would probably have bought invested in the company just for the talent that he was getting, like many of our subsidiaries. So he is really out of the park, and I think he will be contributing a lot. In addition to these simulators, he's getting involved technically into other projects also. So we are working on many products. I think we have a very, very healthy pipeline. To the early question, sustainability, that this is the additional products that are being created that will be launched in the next couple of years. That should really make the earnings more than sustainable.
Okay, Mr. Atluri, appreciate that outlook, and so good to be chatting with you today. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, viewers, on that note, we slip into a very short break. Be right back and throw some light on the auto sector and the developments there. So you stay tuned.